Alrighty, welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm the investigator, and today we'll be talking about the page. Of course, we're still in the intro, we're still talking about book, a collection of wisdoms throughout cultures, history, and different generations and times. Today we'll be diving into chapter one. So, what we've seen in the last two episodes, it was the intro, the riddle. I gave you the riddle that I gave to myself, and if you want to go check those out, please make sure to check them out. As we do, as I do, I will read and then I'll give you my side commentary. Today we'll try to do page four and page five. All right, very well. Let us start. Chapter one. I can already anticipate the question forming in your mind as you read these lines. You are asking yourself, a modern translation of what? Well, my friend, that would be the language of wisdom. Wisdom, more than anything, is a singular language embedded inside multiple languages. It is scattered across cultures, deep history books, religious texts, ancient philosophies, grandma's sayings, popular culture, and raw life experiences. So I'm not writing this book for the intellectuals, nor for the philosophers, nor for the rush of applause, and neither for the dominion of winning arguments and answering to criticism. Although we all answer to criticism, I'm not above criticism, absolutely. But I'm not trying to strengthen my argument in order to dismantle other ideologies, although sometimes it might seem like I'm doing so. But by just exposing what I saw in my own experience and from my understanding and comprehension of certain topics, that's what we're trying to do. I'm writing this book for the lost ones, maybe the ones that are not really on the road yet, or the ones that are still focused on one aspect or the other. Whether you are worshiping the body, the mind, or the soul, or worshiping God, because I have lived all three and dosed myself in evil to create the right antibodies and absorb the shadow work, fully immersed in its inner workings. And Carl Jung, the psychologist, talks about the shadow self, or the negative traits that any person has. And this is very important because a lot of people they try to kind of fight their biology, change these traits, or they try to just look the other way and negate them. What I did subconsciously, without even had read Carl Jung, was I tried to integrate these shadows, this negative side of me, in my being basically eaten by the light side in order to integrate that shadow side. Think about it like the dark side of the force and try to master and balance that in order to use it with intent and alignment for good in general. That takes self control, of course, but it also takes a lot of self criticism and acceptance. So, absolutely, it is. There is was a lot of work that I did on that. This book is for you, but not dedicated to you, my fellow reader. I dedicate this book to my creator, and I absolutely do. He gave me everything. I always say, I never shy away from saying I'm his number one fan. I really am blessed for being who I am and, for all the things, bad and good, that happen in my life. And if you truly think about it, you'll see that you are too. May he accept my work and be pleased by it, and forgive my ignorance and short-sightedness of his divine cosmic wisdom. I have truly tried, and he is and will be the judge of my intentions, for all I have learned and will learn is from him, through others and through myself. I am his biggest fan. Thank you for creating me and giving me a chance. It's all I needed. And that is true. I think I'm writing this from my heart. I just made a parallel. I've seen somebody make a discussion like, oh, where's the justice in the world if God is all just? Why are some people born blind? Some people are born deaf. Some people are born without arms or born in terrible situations. But I've never seen those people, like a blind person, say that. So think about that. I've never seen a blind person say, why did God create me blind? Or a deaf person saying, why did God create me deaf? They're just happy to exist. So the breath of life itself is a great gift. And a lot of these people that are born with inabilities, they go out in the world and they do great things. So we, the normal ones, like we have nothing wrong with our body, born, each of us have different conditions. We have no excuse to not go out there and try to do something as well. And that's a great argument. Try to look at that. If you see most people that go for this argument that the injustice of the world and if God is all just, why are certain people born differently or with certain disabilities? You will see that they're pretty healthy. I've never seen people with disabilities actually make this argument, and that's something to think about. This book will be a collection of deep thought and years of pondering and private investigations to find the lost gem of humanity, which to me is the pursuit of wisdom. When I was granted an audition where I had the chance to ask for a wish, my wish was to have the ability to see the inner workings of a wise man. This collection of investigations ultimately is written for me and you as a reminder of the journey and the realizations that I had acquired through my search. It is my own guidebook, which I make available, narrating as the inner workings of my mind and the search of the ultimate art of balance, timing, self control, and moral living, which to me is the ultimate journey any wise initiate must walk. And these four things, if we really think about it, it's what people aim for the most, even unknowingly, even without knowing. It is balance, timing, which is a pretty darn difficult art to have, self-control, and moral living and morality. Because these are the things, these are the four, I think, the four dimensions that come back and haunt you eventually, even if you live for the body, mind, and soul. And we will talk about the body, mind, and soul. So this is the pursuit of the book. I've read only a page and a half right now, and I think some good arguments were made. I'm gonna leave it to that today just to make it short. I'm trying to make these videos like 10 minutes so that under 10 minutes so that we don't they're short. You can kind of think about because what I'm trying to do is make you think. If I can make you think about things and think deeply about things, ponder about things, not overthink. So the difference between overthinking and pondering is that overthinking is thinking in loops about the same subject without actually having any sense of direction. So it's a very loopful kind of thinking. Pondering is thinking deeply in many directions while trying to figure out the nature of something or the structure of something. So that's the difference between pondering and overthinking. And that is something that is very much being confused nowadays. Oh, you don't need to think about things, don't overthink. Why think so deeply? Why are you thinking so deeply? That's a terrible advice. Terrible, terrible advice. Comprehension is the essence of true and deep self balance, timing, self control, and moral living. Comprehension. When you comprehend something deeply, then you can start and master that pathway. All right. So, thank you so much for being here. I'm the investigator, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care and have a great, great day.